Because we could, like, watch videos and whatnot. Wait, did I not do Regilord? Okay, God. Let me see right after this. Blinkinator is one of the most weird hero builders I have ever seen. There are always these absolute oddballs out there, guys, who just like to do, like, weird things. You cannot convince me of the 3 Ikes you got, the best IV you got was HP. You can't convince me of that. Especially when you get a Resplendent hero and they're neutral. Neutral Ike or HP Ike. Go with neutral, because you get more attack or speed, which he definitely needs. You can't convince me that you somehow ended up with HP. That doesn't make sense. As for the rest of the build, Warding Breath. You kill Ledgering Ike for him. Vantage. Odd Res Wave. Heavy Blade? So, Heavy Blade literally does nothing. Because all breaths give you special cooldown charge 1 plus 1 per attack. When it says per attack, it means per attack. Either attack. Any attack. Your attack or your opponent's attack. So they hit you, -2 cooldown. You hit them, -2 cooldown. In other words, Heavy Blade's doing nothing. Get rid of it. If you really want to make the res work, go Mirror Stance, but the reality is this should be QR. You're not fast enough to double back, and if you're not going to double, you're not going to kill. Probably from with straight impact, right? Gale Force, I don't know actually. I don't remember anymore. Who's Harsher Mana? It's on Caddy, I remember that. Gale Force, Sturdy Impact, Lull Speed Defense, Time Pulse, and Heavy Blade 3. This is a scary Hana. It fixes her lower attack, it fixes her lower defense. Lull Speed Defense gets her the best possible scenario when it comes to offense. Time Pulse drops the Gale Force to 4, which means if the Ninja Masakari gets 2 shots in, with Flashing Blade triggering, she will get a Gale Force, which is really, really good. If Hana can get Times Pulse, Ninja Masakari into Gale Force, she'll be very, very difficult to deal with. If you use her in Ether Raids and use her, she's going to be so good with this build. So, so good. So don't Wind Bless her, use her already. Run her in a Gale Force team, she'll not disappoint. When you get the opportunity to, go for plus speed. And once you do, she'll be at 51 speed at base. It's effectively 54, and that is just at +1. Really good Gale Force hero. Now, the only problem is her attack isn't great. So 51 attack with 54 attack essentially is not great. But if you're quadding, which she's likely to do, you'll still get the kill. But yeah, it's a fine build. The only thing I would say, maybe consider Flashing Blade 4. But honestly, Sturdy Impact is really, really good in preventing heroes from getting killed in case you cannot kill them straight up. So you can have odd situations where you attack, they attack, you attack, you attack. But if they had QR or something, you would be dead. But they don't, or Vengeful or whatever. It doesn't matter because, you know, it doesn't trigger. So Impact's really good for safety reasons. But Flashing Blade 4 gives you true damage, and sometimes you would want to prefer true damage in a build like this when you're quadding. 5 speed, 9 attack, 50 speed, 25 defense. Luna, are you still here? You're so lucky, man. Wait a second. Dude. How dare you? How dare you force a pitiful Swift Sparrow 1 on this max, well, not max, missing flowers. Nearly max Lysithea. That's disgusting. What is wrong with you? Tis, tis, tis. Alright, so for those who forgot, Lysithea is a god. This is a goddess. She's amazing. She will smash and destroy and annihilate any hero in this game. The fun thing is, she kills most heroes on the first shot, but if she somehow doesn't, she'll kill them on the second shot. So, first time she fights, just pick a target, any target, as long as she one-shots them. Well, not any target, but as long as she one-shots them, attack speed push triggers, gets her into her second criteria, which is she can now make a guaranteed fall attack before foe can counterattack. And when she does that, with Times Pulse, Instant Luna, your opponent will just get smashed. This is essentially an eraser, right? Because she erases everybody. Run her in your Ether Raids defense team for Pete's sake, please. This will destroy people for free. And please give her something else than Swift Sparrow 1. Swift Sparrow 1 adds so little, might as well give her attack defense solo, which gives her a chance of surviving a hit. 25 defense and 45 HP is already pretty good, but if you give her attack defense solo, it becomes pretty annoying to deal with her. And there is a piece of shit. Okay, 40+2. Thani. I hate this Thani. Last week I saw someone use Thani against me, and it was just, they were so reliant on Mikaya. Mikaya is so good. She's just like smashing my heroes, smashing through my heroes, smashing through my heroes. So annoying to deal with. Thani, for those who forgot, has damage reduction. Res +3 if foe uses anything range or magical, increases damage. No problem. Alright, Priestess of Dawn, Mikaya. Thani, I hate Thani. It's so good. Damage reduction, and at start of combat, if unit's HP is over 50%, grants attack res +5 during combat, and unit makes a guaranteed follow attack. Which means it works on both terms! Both phases. It's so stupid. Close full even helps out additionally. Attack defense solo. So all of a sudden, she has 6, 5, 3, right? That is 9, 14. 14 extra defense, 32 defense. Not a pushover anymore. Not a pushover. Her res is especially high at 44, 40, 44, 47. Yeah, 47 res with damage reduction on top of that. You want to beat her from afar? Yeah, probably not going to happen. Very, very difficult. You have to use arrows. In this case, arrows would start ramming themselves into defense solo and then close fall. So Mikaya has suddenly become a pretty tanky hero, especially in a build like this, and a very good offensive one because Thani, again, gets to double now, and it's attack res +5. So it's 55 attack, law attack res, 58 attack, 64 attack, and now she gets a double. She's like Fallen Julia light in such, essentially. Fallen Julia is still better, in my opinion, right? Because she's a better all-around hero, and she has more nullifications and more BST. But Mikaya gets pretty damn close. As your rider, Gale. It's Gale, right? Oh, wow. You know, you guys are really impressing me for Gale commitments. Gale's a really, really good hero. But the thing is, like, I'm surprised still that people commit to him. Because at the end of the day, if you give me Altena versus Gale, I'd probably take Altena. Right? But the reality is, Gale's really freaking good. He has more res. He's just as min-max. I think he sacrifices a bit more attack. But that's it. Ideally, Gale is better because he has a higher BST total as well. So Gale, really, really good. Giving him Courtly Candle is a dick move. Because how do you beat him at this point? Right? 38 defense, 32 res, and a 50% damage reduction on top of that. What are you supposed to do? Nothing really. That's the reality of it. Kind of really silly hero.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The biggest thing that I noticed with Courtly Candle is it's a very, very good option, but I feel like if you're running something like Flowing Lance with Guard Bearing in B, then he's just unstoppable.
Flowing Lance for the lull. The reason, okay, I can see it both ways because Courtly Candle is one of the most annoying weapons in the entire game. Heroes that should have died do not die. And
is Courtly Candle only first combat?
Yep.
Okay.
But depending on the battle, that's all you really need. Depending on it, there's a lot of variances in it, and even then, it also gives you attack defense +5 pretty easily. So as long as your foe can make a follow-up attack, he reduces damage from the first attack by 50% and survive. That increases survivability by a lot. The counter argument, of course, is Gale has a lot of defense and res, and they can stack it up high enough that he wouldn't go down anyways. So I can see it both ways. Law attack speed is really, really good. Law attack defense is really, really good, but you have to be solo. And when you have a tank, that could be kind of questionable. So by using Courtly Candle, reposition is a fine option because you can drop someone back behind you, and Gale still gets all his benefits. Whereas if he does that with Flowing Lance, his lance no longer functions. So there are reasons for both cases, but yeah, either one's fine. Personally, though, I really like Courtly Candle. It's mostly because I've used it on Eldigan, and it makes Eldigan a piece of shit.
I feel like I don't know what else you could run for B. Like, Sudden Panic's pretty good, but outside of that, there's not too many. Because you said you couldn't get Guard Bearing fodder, there's not too many B skill options for flyers. Or defensively, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, there really aren't. What I would do is put QR in B and then run another stance. because ultimately Gale's supposed to be used defensively. So Sudden Panic is really, really good though. It is. But depending on the battle, it might have a 0 factor in it. Sudden Panic's a skill that I would only really, really use in Ether Raids. In Arena Assault, it's really hit and miss. Right? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Now, in Arena Assault, people spam like buffs and whatnot. So yeah, it has a lot of value there. But sometimes they don't, or sometimes you split them up and then it doesn't do anything anymore. So personally, the more general use is QR and B, and then run like Mirror Stance, more res, more attack, something like that. That's what I would do. If you did do that, his defense actually is really good in this point. 43, 47, really solid. His res is just 36. So yeah, Mirror Stance will take you to 40 at least, which makes you a lot more solid. And of course, with Courtly Candle's down introduction, your chances of surviving goes way up. Anyways, it's up to you. Ultimately, a minor change. Sudden Panic's, if you run him in Ether Raid's defense, for example, Sudden Panic is super annoying for your opponent to deal with. But yeah. I kind of understand why you like Lorenz. But why this Lorenz? That's the only thing I don't understand. Why this Lorenz? When actual Lorenz comes out in the game, guys, he'll be probably pretty damn good, considering the fact that, well, we've got an enhanced BST, so he'll be better than someone like Hubert, for example, if he's a red mage again.
Regardless, he'll be better than Summer Lorenz.
Well, yeah, Summer Lorenz is one of the... He's mediocrity defined. Like, it's... Everything is so mediocre on him. But if you're willing to make a hero plus 10 and give them 10 flowers, I guess it'll work out, because this is a heck of a Lorenz. 53 HP, 52 attack, 39 speed, 31 defense, and 35 res. He's so solid. Roar Owl close full is a weird option, though. Roar Owl only... Wait. It's Roar Owl, sorry. I thought it was Roar Fox, which was your last build. Roar Owl close full. Now that makes more sense. Because you just drop a bunch of heroes around him. Close full triggers. Up close. So, extra stats. If you put your entire team around him, he just gets plus 60 all stats, which is kind of silly, but you could do that if you want to. But an attack defense was 5 as well. So if we do the maximum, which would be 11 more defense, 42. Law would take it to 46. Speed defense will take it to 51 defense. That's so silly. If you surround Lorenz with people, he gets speed defense fall, raw owl, and close fall. He gets up to 51 defense, which makes him pretty bulky, considering he has 53 HP as well. So, yeah. His speed actually hits a respectable amount as well, because it's 5 plus 3 plus up to 6. So, that is 47 to... Oh, actually, no, it's 49 to 53 speed. So that's a really respectable amount of speed, especially because they can't buff their speed. And your res isn't bad at all as well, because that is between 38 to 44. You know, this is what makes Fire Emblem Heroes beautiful, even if the heroes aren't beautiful. That you can commit hard to a hero and make almost anyone good. Almost anyone. I think there are legitimately heroes you cannot make good. Say the Asgard trio. I don't think you can make them good. They got no merges. They got 15 flowers. Good luck on making them good. But yeah, Lorenz is pretty legit in this case. Again, this is the best Lorenz I've ever seen. But then it's not like you have competition. Anyways, not a Resplendent, sorry. Weapon Refine. I also do think she'll get a Resplendent. Tiki's really, really popular. But
Yeah, I thought Fog was her weapon.
no, it was adult Tiki's.
Oh, okay. I'm not entirely too sure how that works, but...
I'm pretty sure young Tiki's the one who doesn't have her Refine. I'm pretty sure, because she technically had the first young Dragon Refine, but I'm pretty sure Breath of Fog is from adult Tiki, which means young Tiki will have her own Refine eventually. So just since Faye got her Refine, it's between Noe and Tiki next, who will get the next Refine. So I'm waiting to see what that will be. I'm pretty sure it's adult Tiki that has Breath of Fog. It's just like how, say, Self has 2 refines, say how Illywood has 2 refines. Huh?
I see.
Yeah. So that's the reason. I'm pretty sure the other one's because of adult Tiki. But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, 40 plus 6, 47 HP, 49 attack, 35 speed, 35 defense, 31 res. Breath of Fog, reposition noontime, distant counter, Dragon's Ire, Time's Pulse, and attack defense bond. Time's Pulse is what makes this build really work. She doesn't really have the bulk. 35 defense, 31 res is not great. She doesn't really have the speed. She was one of like the originally middling characters. That said, back in the day, this was good. 35 speed plus speed was pretty good. But nowadays, not so much. Anyways, Dragon's Ire gives her half of null follow, and of course QR up to 50%. Dragon exclusive QR, really good B skill. Very hard to get. I can't believe you killed a much better dragon for Tiki. But if she gets a really good weapon refine, and if phase any indication, Tiki should get a really good weapon refine, then the Dragon's Ire probably will pay off, especially if it gives her a lot more stats. So yeah, Time's Pulse, attack defense bond, distant counter, and with Breath of Fog. This makes her really good up close because the double, well, as long as you have a Sword of Dragon unit, but the double attack defense bond takes her to 45 defense and 59 attack. And with a guaranteed double on top of that as well, and effective against dragons, and healing for the Dragon's Ire, especially with noontime as well, I think you have a really good build. I would suggest, though, you go for a more offensive special. Oh, even like Moonbow or Glimmer. Glimmer would do more damage if you're targeting a mage, or anybody with low res in general. And Moonbow is just for consistency reasons. The reason I say that is because, actually, I don't know if it's with a Dark Blessing, you might want guaranteed survivability from noontime. But then you could also argue you want to guarantee the kill on your opponent, so it's really up to you. But personally, if it's for general play, I would just rely on Breath of Fog to slowly heal me back up in case everything goes bad. Because again, at 45 defense, you're not taking that much damage, and Dragon's Ire works at 50%. So you got a lot of leeway. Although you're not Nimious, but I have high expectations for you. How's this the best nuke? Okay. It's fair enough that Dimitri is one of the fastest Lancers in the game, owing to the fact that he needs speed to trigger the damage reduction. However, and he has really good attack. That's true. However, why? I said this about Ninja Yari and all the ninja weapons that came out. I don't really see which heroes are supposed to use these weapons, because every hero that has like really high attack, really high speed and whatnot, they already have their own perfs, and they would use them really well. So it's not a true upgrade to go like Ninja Yari or something. There are a lot of drawbacks, especially in this case. Dimitri losing Atrocity. Well, no, not Atrocity. Oh, Atrocity's B skill. Area bar. Losing area bar for his Ninja Yari is a huge trade-off. Makes him a lot easier to deal with. Dimitri's one of the best dual face heroes in the game, and now he's not. With that said, though, this is scary because with Swift Sparrow, he gets to 57 speed. Atrocity gets more opportunities to be boosted, right? Boost damage by 25% of units attack. So you have up to 4 attacks where you can boost your damage. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense to a certain degree. It's such an overcommitment. I would never suggest someone to actually do this, but you could. You know, the scariest thing is if you run this in something like Ether Raid's defense, guys. Because Odd Tempest, on the odd turns, he's just moving 3 spaces. If someone falls asleep and forgets Odd Tempest works, and Dimitri gets to rush in, not very many things will survive this. Right? 5 true damage from Flashing Blade, more damage from Atrocity, Odd Tempest, Swift Sparrow, and a practically guaranteed Ruptured Sky. That will probably wreck your opponents. And once Atrocity triggers and he gets a debuff on the rest of the team, it's even more annoying to deal with him. So I can see it working. It's just, why would you want to do this?